Hi Aquarius, happy solar return, happy eclipse season, happy new year. It's a lot for you and I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for choosing me as your reader. I love what I do and I'm grateful for your subscriptions here to the channel as well as your support on Instagram and Facebook. Just to let you know, if you haven't booked your 60 or 90 minute annual Astro Tarot reading with me, I am open for business and I am taking readings all through January. So please consider booking with me if you'd like a thorough analysis of your chart as well as a very psychic tarot reading. I am shuffling, I'm excited about this because this is a new deck for me. I'm shuffling the Dali, Salvador Dali Tarot Universal. And it's gorgeous. It's a massive deck. Look how big this book is. But it's beautiful. And he's painted every card and signed it, and I'm just having a great time using it. So let's start, because January 1st brings us a full moon, and this month we're having a blue moon, which means we have 2 full moons in this month. And one of them comes along with an eclipse. So get your helmets on. We've got January 1st, full moon, 11 degrees of Cancer. And I love this for Aquarius because this puts a nice culmination, a ribbon, tie a nice bow around the 6th house of health, well-being, your regimen, your routine, and your daily work, how you work, your grind. And for those Aquarians who have been under the weather or not feeling well, this full moon brings a closure to that energy. And I just love starting the year on a full moon because we haven't had that in quite a while. On the 11th, Mercury direct enters Capricorn. The details, analysis planet, the intellect, how you are organizing your life. This is a very present energy in your 12th house of psychic ability, your dream life. And when you are resting, you're really not resting. You are thinking. And with Mercury in the 12th, you're thinking very heavily. And there is a premonition capability happening here for Aquarius, the ability to receive channeled information. And with Mercury in the 12th, there's also the catalyst here to get all of the information you need to release a bad habit, the 12th house of the undoing and addiction, getting rid of that energy. Mercury direct here wants you tidying up this sector. So if there's anything that you're doing in excess, this is the month to consider, no longer carrying that through the remainder of 2018. We have our new moon on the 16th at 26 degrees of Capricorn in this 12th house again, so conjunct Mercury. And also conjunct Saturn because Saturn is now in this sector having left Sagittarius. And I don't mind when the 12th house is influenced so strongly because it does give you a minute to take a rest. And if you haven't had some downtime in this year, you might want to consider in eclipse season taking a little bit of a vacay, of a rest, of a retreat from having to figure everything out. Although Mercury will want you tending to things here, this doesn't have to be in the top half of the month. It doesn't have to be a time of action. Save that for the second half. Because on the 17th, Venus enters your sign. And 2 days later, on the 19th, the Sun enters Aquarius. So happy solar return, happy birthday. And you have all eyes on you because when Venus is in the 1st house of self and body, you are looking your best. She's the smoothing, aesthetically beautiful, harmonious goddess planet, Venus, Aphrodite, goddess of beauty. So Aquarians have the spotlight on them and you're attracting people to you. Venus is attraction. So you are attracting interest, love life opportunities, dating opportunities, and even career opportunities to you. The Sun is so powerful as our life force, and he's with you. So there is a spotlight on Aquarius for the next 30 days, effective the 19th of January. On the 26th, Mars moves into Sagittarius, and this creates a large catalyst, stimulated energy in your 11th house of friends and social clubs and people you're connecting with. Mars hasn't been in this sector while Saturn has been gone for over 3 years. So you now reap the positive effect of connecting with people without the feeling of restricting and limitation where Saturn had created a lot of that energy. You were very discerning of your 11th house and friends and even goals while Saturn was there. But now that he's gone and Mars is in there alone as a free spirit, there's a lot that can be tended to. And you could also connect with a lot of men at this time, Mars ruling the masculine, even just friends and connecting with them socially, maybe even in terms of creating with them groups, band, or even a production company, something like that. Aligning yourself with the right people to achieve goals is what Mars can add in the 11th house. And he's there for 2 months. He's not as quick as Mercury or the Moon or even Venus. So he has some extra time in this sector through February for you. Aquarius, please watch your rising and your moon sign if I haven't mentioned that, just for a full cosmic catch-up. On the 31st, now we have our full moon total lunar eclipse at 11 degrees of Leo. The 11-degree mark of full moons is happening, 11-11. I'm saying this in every video, but it is a sign to me. The degrees in which these full and new moons occur, there are messages in regards to them, and that means something in the sector that they fall. And I'm taking this as a numerology message. 11-11 is the time for healers. It's a psychic number. It's a time for the awakening to happen, for people who are here to enlighten, to rise, and to heal, and to be of service, and to use your innate skill sets that you were born with to assist others. And this full moon total lunar eclipse will occur in your 7th house of relationships. Some of you are ending partnerships or even marriages at this time because it's the house of marriage and soulmate. And some Aquarians have had enough. Some haven't. It really just depends on your full chart. And some of you are putting an end to business relationships that you're not thinking are going to last through the whole year. Why bring them even forward into 30 days if you're not connecting with them by the end of January? There's closure here in the 7th house of relationships. Some of you are putting to bed old wounds from previous marriages and divorced situations. Some of you are actually getting divorced. The same day on the 31st, Mercury then enters your 1st house. So it's details, it's handling all paperwork, it's signing documents, it's study and learning and education and analysis and the review of your schedule. So you're running a tight ship by the end of the month, Aquarius, and it is your solar return, so you above anyone else should be setting your New Year's resolutions for January. Let's get to the tarot. I'm really excited to use this deck, and I haven't used it, so this is my first experience with it, and I'm noticing they aren't numbered, so I'm counting the images on the cards, so bear with me. Once I use them a few times, I'll memorize the depictions, but right now it's new to me. So Aquarius, here are your cards for January 2018. Nine of Cups, 11th house of goals and wishes. Where is the 11th for you? Oh yeah, Mars. Mars going in this sector, tending to the goal list, the bucket list, getting these things checked off. Having the 9 of Cups come out first, there are 2 wish cards in the tarot. One of them is the star, which represents Aquarius, and the other is the 9 of Cups. So you have the achievement as the first card out. The next card, 5 of Swords. See how he signs his name at the bottom? And then in here, you have to find it, it's on top. Dolly, he's brilliant. So Five of Swords comes with some stress. It is eclipse season. We're not going to make it out unscathed. Sometimes it's painful to remove what is no longer serving your highest interest or best good. Aquarius, some of you want things to work so badly that you're willing to stay in them until you're forced out on the full moon eclipse. I get it. You know, sometimes people don't want to be alone so much that they insist their relationships around them are working for them. The universe knows better. God knows better. You know, your higher self knows better. So if there are things that you are uncomfortable with, you see how that butterfly, this beautiful butterfly, is hanging kind of on his hip? It's not flying, and you can't see the second set of wings, is what I'm getting. I love using a new deck because the messages are new, and the analysis is new. Something has hindered you and perhaps cut off one of your wings. And when I say that, obviously it's a metaphor. But the Five of Swords comes with harsh speech, and maybe even someone who has said something over and over again to you so you can't fly anymore. Verbally abusive could be gosh, I really hope not. But some Aquarians are dealing with that. And it doesn't have to be to the extent of abuse, but if someone says something enough, you start to believe it. And I feel like with the Five of Swords, some of you are entrapped or confined. The Sun. Trying to get it so it doesn't have a glare on it. But you have success. And when the sun appears, it's the solar return for Aquarius, literally. El Sol. Returning to restore you. If you are afraid that if you get out of relationship, it won't be replenished, it will be replenished. So don't stay in things out of fear. Yeah, some of you are being oppressed, and this could be the Emperor, could be a boss figure or a relationship figure. And I did get this harsh energy and restrictive energy with the Five of Swords. The Emperor could be an Aries. It could be just an aggressive, assertive, more powerful man than you. And that's what I feel is being delivered here. Someone has you feeling lesser than or under them in how things go. I think Aquarius needs to start saying how they think things should go. It's your goals, okay? You're not living life for anyone else. So you might want to wake up a little bit there. If those of you are feeling stuck in relationship, at this stage, the only reason you're stuck is because you are there. You're not doing something about it. And that's okay. Everything in its divine timing. But these cards indicate you have something, success waiting for you. If you can step out of this energy, this harsh energy, someone talking down to you or talking over you. Maybe you don't feel as valid when it comes to the Emperor in your life. It's time to make some moves. It's Aquarian's month. And next month in February on the 15th, you're having an eclipse in your sign. So there is replenishment available to you. That will be the new moon eclipse on the 15th. So don't worry. Your solar energy is coming back to you in February. Make some decisions about what your personal goals are first in January, because you have success around you. You ended with 2 major arcana cards, and this suggests also that Mars energy in your 11th house. Be assertive. Be your own boss. Be the aggressor in your relationship if you haven't been, because you want control. You don't want to be led around according to someone else's schedule. Full moon in the 6th house. You're putting an end to that, being led around by someone else's schedule. What about your schedule? Were you born attached to someone? Unless you're a Siamese twin, I don't think you were. So start making these calls based upon what Aquarius wants and what Aquarius desires. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy New Year. I'm wishing you a lovely 2018. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.